Shalom, shalom, shalom. Back for another quick lesson. And first and foremost, before I get started, I want to turn to the east and give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem B'Kakwadash. And next, double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether you will hear or forbear. And this lesson today is going to be called Call Upon Me in the Day of Trouble. Call upon Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai in the day of trouble. All right, because that's what's coming. All right, when we always go into it, that's exactly what's getting ready to come upon the face of the earth. All right, so the Lord, he has his men out there on the highways and byways, his watchmen that he set up, okay, over the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, all right, to give you warning of what's coming and to get you prepared for the battle of the day of the Lord. All right, so I got this right here, the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. I'm going to start there in the NLT, the New Living Translation. And it reads, "Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square." That's where you're able to find the men of the Lord, all right, in the chief place of the concourse, all right, at the entrance of the gates of the city. So that's where wisdom is being spout out, because the Lord, he speaks through his men. All right. So it says, wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. She calls to the crowds along the main street, to those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? All right. And that's most of the people of the world. All right. They're simple-minded, and they ignore the words that are able to save their soul, the engrafted words that are able to save their soul. Matter of fact, let's get that. I believe that's in the book of James. I think it's James 1 and 20, somewhere around there. Nope. That's not it. Let's see, I'll type it in. Engrafted word. Oh, wow. I was literally... Next verse, James 1 and 21, it says, "Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls." All right, and where are you going to find that word? Out there in the chief place of the concourse, okay? It says the front of the city gate, all right, out in the street, the public square. So Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22, "How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come and listen to my counsel. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered." All right, that's what you see when people walk by us. All right, they don't want to hear the words of the Lord. We put up these video epistles on YouTube each and every day, and instead of watching these, you watch TikTok dances, dating shows, or whatever kind of other stuff that the world has to offer, the distractions that the world has to offer. You want to listen to hip hop music instead of listening to the word of the Lord, whatever it is. All right, so you are ignoring the advice and rejecting the correction of the Lord. All right, because these words of the Bible are what cleans you up. It's what corrects you. Let's go ahead and get that in the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 9. And it reads, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word." All right, so that's how a young man cleanses his way, by taking heed to the words that are being brought out, the words of the Bible. Okay, which you can find out there on the streets. All right, in the highways and byways. Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 26. I shall read verse 25 first. "You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster, Salakia, engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me." And that's what happens. It says in the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 5. Let's get that right quick. Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 5. "The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So every morning, someone is receiving judgment from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and in that time, they're gonna cry for help. They're gonna anxiously search for him, but they're not gonna find him. Verse 29 of Proverbs chapter 21. For they hated knowledge and chose not the fear of the Lord. They rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. All right. So that's a very beautiful scripture. All right. Those who listen to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, who speaks by his men, the prophets, will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. All right. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13. All right, and judgment is getting ready to come upon the face of the whole earth. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. All right, these are speaking of the intercontinental ballistic missiles. It says, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. All right, but once again, those who didn't take heed to the words of the Lord, when calamity strikes and they search him out anxiously, they're not going to find him. He's going to hide their face from them. It says, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, as a woman that's having a child. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames, because those nuclear missiles are going to dissolve everything. It says, verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy their sinners thereof out of it. All right, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine, because the smoke of those missiles is gonna black out the skies. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. All right, so that's what the Lord has in store, okay, for this wicked, sinful kingdom and all the people that deny the counsel of the Lord. All right, this is Zephaniah chapter 3. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. I'm going to read that. It says, therefore, wait you upon me, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right. Once again, those ICBMs, those intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, those nuclear missiles. It says, for then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to serve him with one consent. All right, that pure language is the Paleo-Hebrew. All right, it tells you that in Isaiah chapter 19, that it tells you that that the 5 cities of destruction shall all speak the language of Canaan. Okay, which is the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. All right, it's not Assyrian Hebrew. Okay, it's not using the Assyrian script. It's using the Phoenician script. All right, Phoenicians were Canaanites. Okay, it says let's see. I'm going to skip down to verse 12. It says, I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Why? Because as we read, going back to Proverbs chapter 1, that last verse, none shall make them afraid, because all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. All right. So the Lord he's gonna guide and protect his elect. Okay. Let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 50. All right. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 5, it says, gather my saints together unto me. Okay, the saints are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. So that's how you know who it is. Only the Israelites made a covenant with the Lord by sacrifice. All right. It says, and the heaven shall declare his righteousness, for Yahweh is judge himself. Selah. All right. So gather the saints. Verse 15, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. All right. So we call upon the true name of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the day of trouble. All right. Going on to verse 22. It says, now consider this, ye that forget Yahweh, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Those who have forgotten the Lord, have forgotten Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right, are those who ignore his counsel. All right. Those who don't take heed to the words. And he says he's going to tear them into pieces, and there's going to be none to deliver. Verse 23, whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of Yahweh. All right, now let's get the definition for that word conversation. All right, because it doesn't mean the way that you speak. That is a part of it. All right, that is a part of it. But that means something very specific. Okay. So I'm going to read that again. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 23. But giving thanks. Oh, you know what? This is an NLT. I get in the KJV. Salakia. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 23. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of Yahweh. All right. That word conversation. This is in the Hebrew. This is Hebrew Strong's H 1870. Let's hear how it sounds, how it's pronounced.
Strong's H 1870. Derech.
Okay. And the definition, it says a course of life, a mode of action, all right, a journey or manner, all right, outline of biblical usage. It says a way, a road, a distance, a journey, a manner, a habit, of course of life, of moral character. All right, so that's what it means, your course of life or your moral character. And in the Hebrew, it's direct. And we're going to go to 2 Peter chapter 2. All right, that same word conversation comes in there. All right, and the word for that is anastrophe. All right, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 7. And they delivered just Lot. It's like it delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Let's get that word conversation again. Okay. It's Strong's G 39:1.
Strong's G 391. Anastrophe.
Right. And the info, it says behavior. All right. Outline of biblical usage, your manner of life or conduct. All right. So your manner of life, if you order your manner of life aright, then you're going to receive the salvation of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. And how do you do that? By taking heed to the words that are coming out of the Bible. All right. Well, we read that. Let's get that again. All right. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 9. Wherewith shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word, which is going to be found out there on the highways and byways. Okay. The men of the Lord that are out there on the streets prophesying week in and week out. All right. They're prophesying to your edification. Let's get that in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 3. And it reads, but he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification. All right. Edification means a cleansing, sanctification. All right. Let's get the definition. Edification, the instruction or improvement of a person morally or intellectually. All right. So when we prophesy unto men to their edification and to exhortation and to comfort. All right. So you take heed to those words, and you shall see the salvation of the Lord. All right. And we teach on the fear of the Lord. All right. Because the fear of the Lord, matter of fact, I'll get that first. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Job chapter 28 and 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Okay. All right. So that's what the men of the Lord are out there preaching on the highways and byways. Okay, to fear the Lord and keep his commandments. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 34, and verse 7. This is why it's important to fear the Lord. It says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. All right, that's why you're going to be safe from fear of evil, from fear of harm. Okay, because the angel of the Lord encamps around about those that accept the teaching of the fear of the Lord. All right. Let's go to Malachi chapter 4, and I'll close out with this. And verse 1, it reads, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." All right. And who is the wicked and who is the proud? The proud is going to, well, the proud is Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man. But all that do wickedly, all right, that's including the 2/3 of the elected. It's like the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right. Okay. So Esau, Edom, the heathen nations, and 2/3. All right. They're going to be stubble. All right. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts. All right. Verse 2. But this is why it's so important. "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall." All right. Those that fear the name of the Lord. "And you shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. In the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh Bahashem," okay, Yahweh Shai, power of hosts. All right. So those that fear the name of the Lord, all right, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Lord's will, we be of that number that is delivered. All right, closing out with this, Psalm chapter 50 and verse 15. I got it earlier, but this is a good closeout. This is the main point of the message. It says, "And call upon me in the day of trouble." All right, upon the true name, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, "I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me." All right, call upon me in the day of trouble. Lord's willing, this was edifying to the elect, wherever you may be scattered, across the four winds of heaven, the four corners of the earth. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Until next time, this has been Call Upon Me in the Day of Trouble. Shalom and a Bible ball.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Psalm 50. The mighty God, even the Lord, hath spoken, and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God hath shined. Our God shall come, and shall not keep silence. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. He shall call to the heavens from above, and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself, Selah. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel. And I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offerings, to have been continually before me. I will take no bullock out of thy house, nor he-goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, but the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked God saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, and thou consentedst with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and him that ordereth his conversation aright. will I show the salvation of God.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shah.